Last year you guys had one of the best years you guys have had in quite a while, 5 wins, but you guys lost a lot of guys. How can you start to improve on that, with you being, this year's last chance?
Well, they graduated a core group of guys that got things started for us. And I think the guys coming, the seniors stepping up and the juniors and the underclassmen stepping up, I think that we learned a lot from that senior class. And I think that we're going to try and take things over and help the new coach out as much as we can and just keep doing what we do.
Yeah, the NECC, when that comes to mind, everyone thinks Cherubusco. Now you got a new team in Garrett. What do you guys see kind of how the conference is going to play and how you guys are going to mix in?
Cherubusco is always one of the top dogs. Everybody wants to give them their best game, and Lakeland's usually up there. And we want to see ourselves right in the mix when it comes down to it. I think everybody does. And I think if we play our game, we'll be right up there, hopefully.
With the new coach in as your last year, you're probably used to having a certain system, but with the changes, how is that transition going so far?
Well, I think our past coach, Coach Royer, had a lot laid out for us, and I think we're going to follow a lot of that. We're going to play tough in the trenches, and we're going to run the ball. Hopefully our big guys up front will be in shape that we can get going fast and just play our game.
And now with the, you being under center this year, what do you kind of do to get all these guys ready and to make sure they're kind of believing it, all buying into this new system?
I'm going to be their biggest cheerleader. I'm going to get them pumped and ready to play on every Friday night and make them believe that we have a chance each and every Friday night.
Season's finally here, but as you enter, your last season, it's a new coaching regime. What have you kind of noticed just, with that transition that's going on so far?
Yeah, everybody's excited. New coaches, new players, new administration, and so far the transition's been pretty smooth, and there's a lot of excitement around here with all the new stuff going on, and everything's been going smooth so far.
Yeah, 5 wins last year, is 1 game under 500, but you lost a lot of the guys that are really contributing to those points and, on the field. So what can you kind of learn to, try to at least get the same mark, if not, and make that better?
Yeah, we do have guys with varsity experience that are still here, so that's something to look forward to. And, we're going to play teams with more guys. We're going to play teams that are bigger, but we got to outwork them, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Yeah, now Cassten, too, we know, I don't know if you know this, 24 years ago was the last time you guys had a winning record. You weren't even alive then. How important would it be to, change that and, this senior class, go out helping, change that history?
Yeah, every year we got the community behind us, and to get another season like that would be absolutely awesome, not for just the guys here, but the coaches and especially the community around the school.
What have you learned over that time that you think you can, keep here, but also improve on, kind of get this team over that 500 mark?
Well, fortunately, I coached with Coach Royer for many years, and, he laid the ground rules out, and we were just going to follow them guidelines. And, working with him for so many years, he kind of taught me what I needed to learn, and I'm just going to carry that on throughout the season.
So what are some of those things? When you lose so many two-way players, you almost have to teach, it's just starting fresh all over again. What are you trying to implement to get those guys up to game speed so quickly? Well,
fortunately, we got some underclassmen that have played varsity ball for quite a while, and we're counting on those guys to, teach the underclassmen, the ins and outs and what to do. Basically, the same offense that we've been running, is kind of repetition for them. So following them same guidelines that are laid out for us, they're doing a heck of a job, and hopefully with my experience and the kids helping out, we'll have a good season. And basically just, it's Prairie Heights football. It's run football. Power football. That's what we're going to do.
Who are we going to really notice this season?
Even though Jacob Heller took a year off, he's an athlete. By far, he's an athlete. Cassten Everidge is going to be tough. David Rodriguez is going to be tough. And it's hard to replace a Joe Barry, a Bobby Bloom, Kyler West. But fortunately, these guys are giving it their all. I expect big things from them. So we'll see what happens during the year.
How important is it to you to try to, change history and rewrite that books, getting back over to 500, maybe an NECC title, during your coaching reign?
Well, I think it's any coach's goal to start a dynasty somewhere, and being this is my first year here, I'd love to start a dynasty, and it's very important. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, teaching fundamentals of football, getting the kids to come out and play and having a good time, and hopefully, if they do execute well on Friday nights, we'll come out of here with quite a few wins.
Yeah, we know who, always we see at the top of the standings, and we got a new team this year. You guys face them in week 1. How can you guys really shake that up to say, hey, this is a program we have to, other teams can't really just look over?
Well, starting off with Garrett, first game of the season, it's a perennial powerhouse like a Lakeland or a Cherubusco. if the kids work hard, they play to their potential, they do everything right, we'll be competitive. We'll be competitive, and maybe we could squeak out of there with the win.